He's going off the reservation.
Everyone should just relax. You know, we're all having
This
a
is
good
war.
time. This is fucking podcasting is war. We have the answers. Everyone else is wrong. Hey everyone, welcome to DrunkCastLive.
Hey!
It's episode 113 now? Is that true?
Yeah.
True story.
God, okay. 113.
Yeah.
I'm Travis.
Hi, I'm Dylan. Hello.
Oh yeah, we're over here now.
Yeah.
I'm Travis.
We moved the camera.
We move the cameras just to fuck with us. I mean you, whoever it is. Where a podcast takes place in bars and restaurants. We'll sit down and have some drinks.
Yeah.
Talk about things that happen over the week. And in order to do that, we like to do it with interesting people. On the left, we have, if you've seen the video or if you've heard his voice before, his name is Adam Hrabik. He's our beard and our luck dragon.
Yeah.
Come back to the show again.
Hi.
Across from him, we have a special guest. He's been on the show before, and we're really excited to have him back. It's Adam Hrabik. Thank you so much for coming back. And
Thanks for having me on.
and wanted to come back.
I'm
and-
very flattered that you think I'm interesting.
I think you're interesting.
Yeah. Did you have you seen my my Tumblr?
Buddy, he's seen it all.
The favorite thing about Tumblr is that nobody gets tired of all the Doctor Who pictures I put on there.
They don't. Little hearts every time.
Just just Sherlock and Watson memes. Oh my goodness, Martin Freeman is so adorable.
He really
I
is.
put this collage of him giving inquisitive looks to Sherlock, but you can't see Benedict Cumberbatch's face until the very last one. That's the one that's got the most hits.
No, it's true. You found
My
it.
personality,
You found the Tumblr.
My personality has been defined by programs imported from the BBC.
Or Supernatural. I mean, there's an endless well of Supernatural
Yeah.
fanfic in there.
If you're looking for some more likes,
Yeah, the show's been on for 1,000 years. I've
And
never
those two
seen
brothers
anything.
have to be gay, according to
Jeez.
some group of Tumblr.
Yeah.
But
Like-
we can go into that and more on this episode.
Episode of DrunkCast.
Cheers to you for coming back.
Oh,
thank
thank
you so much.
Yay. Welcome. Yeah.
So last time Adam
Feels so
Hrabik was on the show was back when it was warm. It's a very cold night. It was July, I think, was the episode 82 or
Sure.
82. What have you been up
Yeah.
to every day since then?
That was a long time ago.
Literally,
all of it.
start from when you left the premises.
Well, I left here. I actually went to grab drinks with somebody, and I went to bed, and I woke up, and I just started eating pizza.
Every day.
Yeah, well, not so much every day. It kind of all runs together when you don't go to sleep and you just eat pizza
Sure.
over and over
Yeah,
again.
sure.
Yeah, just pizza
It's only
nonstop.
been one day for you.
Yeah.
You were here yesterday.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't go to sleep and you're just eating pizza the entire time.
What I do is I took the first pizza box I ordered and I used it to cover my windows, and I just like use a pizza as the sun, and it hasn't come down since. So as far as I know,
Wait, the same pizza? Do you
yeah,
switch it
well,
out?
this was the first pizza.
Would it be
was the
better
fir-
as a clock? Like
That's
on
very-
the hour you take out a piece
that's a
and then now
very
you know it's
powerful-
Oh, there
12
you go.
hours later?
I mean, yeah,
No, the first
I'm not going to
pizza
tell you
is
how to
all
eat
capital.
pizza. I mean, that's really rude.
I mean, you're asking a guy who grew up with a sundial to switch to a digital watch. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Someday, man.
I feel like you're asking me to move too quickly through this technology maze we've established. That is our society.
Well, I don't want to be too forward, but we can hold hands through this new technology.
I think I'm gonna need holding hands.
Sure.
If you're gonna make me switch to the pizza clock setup.
Just an idea. It's on the table.
It's on the table. It's
Yeah.
on the wall.
It's on the wall. Well, I mean, it will be on the wall. Not yet. I mean, right now it's just on the table. So I'm just saying. It's already 6:30 according to that clock. So, or that pizza.
No. When someone asks you what time it is, the answer is always
Pizza
4:30.
time.
You're a guy. It's always 4:30. No, that's seriously though. What have we been up to? Doing the stand-up thing.
Stand up.
Robin Banks.
I started. I started a blog called Man vs. Food,
Yep.
which is where I just review episodes of Man vs. Food.
That's the new
Nice.
hotness right now.
What, Man
We'll
versus
talk a
Food?
little bit about like the meta nature and how
Oh, yeah.
people get successful with it. But so
we will.
how much fun is it to watch Man versus Food?
It's not. It's not. It's
excruciating.
yeah. It's when I started it. I was actually just hungover one morning, and I decided I saw it on Netflix on one of the first. I don't know if it
Like,
was
they recommended it for
It was
you?
recommended for me.
Thanks a lot. Netflix.
Yeah, and I was very hungover. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put on an episode of Man vs. Food, and I'm gonna tweet about it. and I had a friend tell me that I should do that a lot after
More.
Yeah.
Were you bummed out when it? So you ran out of episodes, I'm sure. But
no.
no,
Oh,
you,
no.
you haven't finished it.
Never ending well.
I have only done 13, and there are, I think, 59.
Oh damn! Wow, that's a lot
And
of
also,
man
you've got
versus food.
to consider the sheer amount of willpower it takes to get through one, like, to accomplish any
Sure.
of those.
When I first-
especially when you're just eating pizza the whole time.
The first
Yeah.
week I think I did like the first 5 or 6 in the first week that I was doing it, and I quickly learned that was going to be too much. I was becoming a drain on my my
Psyche.
my social skills were going out the window.
Sure.
I
It's like that
was-
one time Adam ate that cheeseburger the size of his head, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "No, nothing."
Have you seen Adam? He's been telling nothing but dad jokes lately. And he's wearing
I'm really in a pickle, guys.
yeah, he's wearing Yankees uniforms for some reason. He doesn't even watch baseball, as far as I know.
Where did he even get it? Like,
Stitch it himself. So you're only up to 13 episodes.
Yeah.
Man. So you're excited that the show's back?
It's back.
He's making more. Yeah.
I did not
Yeah.
realize.
so whereas you have 59
Well,
total
he
ahead
lost
of
all
you,
that weight.
but
I want to see him gain it back, so I am excited now. I'm very excited.
The new
Because-
spin on the what are you doing with the Twitter
Because
thing?
that's one thing I noticed. You can tell how far along the show. There's 3 seasons. You can tell how far along it is by how fat he is. He
Yes.
starts out.
Yes,
He
yes,
starts out
absolutely.
not in great shape, but he's still just like average looking guy.
Yeah.
By the 3rd season, he is just. It's not even like
he's panting coming
Yeah.
through the door. Like,
he's. Hey guys, I wouldn't.
thanks for coming.
We're on the 3rd floor.
He doesn't. And he's not even that. I don't think he's even like 300 pounds at that point. But just how quickly
sure,
it put
yeah.
it on and how aggressively he was been forcing food, it just looks like painful fat.
You know what help this, guys? Just pour gravy all over it.
Like when you hear about basketball players talk about how in their adolescence it was so painful because their bones grew so much, it's the fatness version of that. I think.
Yeah. Well, he's also the inverse of Elton Brown. He did the exact opposite, right? Like, as he was like, "Hey, I'm going to show you how to make food," and like instead of just constantly eating it, he's like losing it, and now he looks like nothing. He's probably worth 3. Adam, what is the guy's name? You watch the show a lot. What is from Man vs. Food?
Oh, his name Adam Richmond.
Adam Richmond. 3 Alton Browns now makes up one Adam Richmond.
Well, he lost all the weight.
Oh, he did.
Oh, he
did.
He's
Okay.
he looked better than he did when he started the show by
Yeah.
a pretty significant margin.
But he's like 3 or 4 episodes into the new season, like fried alligator later. Like, of course,
Yeah.
that's going to be the tipping point. And then
I
he's just
think I
gonna
saw
go
him
back.
eating a cheeseburger the size of a canoe. So I mean, yeah, it's gonna come back. Yeah, whatever. Well, enjoy that project. What else besides that? What else have you been doing?
I went to Des Moines, Iowa, and I did the Beast Village Comedy Festival.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was a lot of fun. My friend Dan Umphin, I knew him when I lived back in Omaha. That's only 2 hours from Des Moines, so I would go up there once in a while. He's the one who put it on. It was their first year they ever did it, and it's just a lot of fun. It was only a 2-day long festival, but
Cool.
a lot of great comics on there.
Did you meet anybody that you wanted to see, or any person that you hadn't met prior that you're like, this guy's great? Yeah, best friends.
Dave Ross. He has the Terrified podcast on the Nerdist Network.
Oh, yeah.
He's part of Women Comedy, which is one of my favorite sketch groups. He was one of them. Andy Sanford. He was on that Beards of Comedy tour with Mike Lawrence.
I remember the tour. I don't know the name, but yeah, sure.
He's very funny.
Yeah.
The other headliner I actually knew already.
Sure.
Now, not to brag, but here's the guys. When you do comedy for a certain amount of time, you just meet people, and it's networking. It's all networking.
And there's a dinner.
It's got a networking.
They're meeting your family, and you're meeting theirs, and yeah.
Do you have a business card? You got to get business cards. Trade your business cards as often as you can.
Constantly to the concierge, to the bellboy, to pizza delivery driver. Yeah,
Especially the pizza driver.
Especially the pizza driver, because
That's gonna be
you
my-
were very intimate with the pizza driver, I'm
Like,
sure. Because
in lieu of the tip.
The coffee
Hey,
table
bellboy.
book that I will write at age 55 will be just comprised of business cards I get from open micers. There you go.
That's a good idea.
actually, that's a pretty good idea.
little guy.
Yeah.
You can do the Dennis Leary route and just go ahead and make a separate Twitter account for those business cards,
Oh yeah.
and then make that into a book, and then
Make millions of
and then make
dollars.
millions of dollars because
Millions of accidental
$12
dollars.
Yeah, I'll get a show on CBS. Shit, my dad hands people at open mics.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was cool. When was that?
That was in I think it was like the first or second week of October.
Okay. How was Des Moines in October? Sounds beautiful.
It's kind of cold, but not terrible.
Yeah.
It's fall weather. I would say.
Orangey? Is it orange?
Orangish, orange and brown.
The buildings aren't. They stay the same color.
They actually go out in full force and just paint buckets and rollers.
Sure.
It's not. It's not a town I wouldn't want to be in if there weren't some sort of comedy event involved, because
Sure.
it's so much fun doing that comedy festival. But any amount of time that we spent in Des Moines outside of that festival and the group of comedians we were hanging out with, it was such a boring time. Like we stayed.
We love you, Des Moines. No offense.
We should go there and learn their secrets, because that's how like Austin really wants people who come into South by.
It's true.
Like to respond, it's like, if South by's not going on, that place is super boring, and then like never come back.
Yeah.
It's a very good plan. I like that.
So maybe Des Moines our key, our Rosetta Stone.
They will teach us what we've not mastered yet. Yes. Okay.
Guys, did you know that Austin does not have a giant projection of Rihanna's face on one of the buildings year round? That is only during South by.
Yeah. Only with a Taco Bell taco hitting her in the side of the face.
I'm really glad to be back in Delaware, where Rihanna's face is on that building year round.
Guys, if you go to Austin April through February, people do not just hand you sunglasses on the sidewalk.
They're homeless, aren't Wi-Fi hotspot.
It is a trash town.
Yeah.
April through February.
Tamales were a gag. We only do tamales during South by. Yeah. Like don't come here for tacos and tamales. They don't exist.
Our Latino community is very much against tamales.
Yeah, they actually moved back to Des Moines.
Yeah, we shipped them in for South by.
Yeah, specifically for South by.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Here's your backpack of tamales.
Backpack full of foil wrapped tamales. Gets off the bus, gets right back on the bus.
Still doing stand-up Velveeta,
Yes.
Cold Town, and how's that been since?
It's been good.
Good.
I'm always questioning myself. I think
good.
that's part of the natural process.
That's healthy. Yeah.
All my best comedian friends, I spend all of their time, as far as I know, just in self-doubt. That's all it is. It's self-doubt and projection.
Sure.
Right. Yeah, it's, you skip, you evolve into a new new Pokemon from there into just straight depression, drug use.
My depression is evolving.
The stages.
Beep, 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 beep.
The stages of doing stand-up comedy are actually the reverse order of the 5 stages of grief.
Yeah. I like that, actually. You should. That's another book.
You're in middle school and you accept the concept. Like,
Yeah, stand-up comedy. Yeah, I can do that.
Did something bad happen and you realize it happened? Stop that shit.
And then bargaining. Yeah, I think I can, if
How
I
much
can,
money you got?
If I can get the job that gives me the right hours, yeah, I can.
Sure.
Yeah.
wait. If I mow the lawn, Mom and Dad,
You'll let me stay on the couch.
I'll be able to go to the comedy club. Like,
Yeah.
Then it ends up in anger.
And denial, anger,
Yeah.
depression. Yeah.
Wait, I don't
I'm not sure
know which one's first.
I forgot the orders.
So where are you in the reverse order then?
I would say I'm
16. Accepting that there is one God and
I would say as far as how far my career has gotten, I'm in the bargaining stage.
Sure.
But I'm so not good at bargaining that I'm just in depression.
Sure.
I've like advanced to depression because I failed so hard at the first step before it. I'm just in
The
depression.
natural progression. Yeah. You're right on track.
that means process. Yeah. We're proud of you.
Unlike all those schmucks trying to get out of depression, you're trying to break in. It's kind of like breaking into prison.
Try to break into depression, guys.
After depression is getting a job like a
And that's
cocktail
comedy.
or a bartender in LA. So you're almost there, man. You're almost there.
That's denial. Yeah.
Yeah, denial. Yeah.
That's denial.
Well, welcome back to the show. Let's go ahead and take a break now so we can have a longer second segment.
All right.
I have enough beer, but I want to take some after hours stuff.
Ooh.
Oh, we're doing
Mr.
that again?
Hrabik. Well, yeah, kind of. We'll be back after this.
Break.
It seems off the books.
Welcome back to the show, everybody.
Hey!
Segment 2. Hit that button, please. Wonderful.
Yeah.
I did it.
Segment 2. Still hanging out at Don Zipo. Still in Austin, Texas. Still hanging out with Adam McWaters over here on my left hand side, and across from him, of course, Adam Hrabik. Thank you for enjoying
other Adam.
that break.
He never got his beer.
He didn't get a beer yet.
Yeah.
No.
I know.
Wait, so we weren't recording the whole thing just now?
We were. That was extra.
Oh, we were.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I was gonna be really disappointed.
For
For those of you who weren't listening just now, I explained string theory to everybody here.
I'm a
Solve
believer
the
now.
mysteries of the universe.
We all know math better.
It's never been explained even by the
Yeah.
scientists studying
Yeah.
it most closely. But here's the thing.
and we can talk gooder.
We talk most gooder and doesn't afraid of anything. We're actually at a point
Except
where
ghosts.
and I can't watch Back to the Future anymore after hearing this conversation with you. Like,
Yeah.
It's all in the director's commentary of Interstellar.
And most people are really just more concerned on whether or not you're going to buy the shoes. So
yes, Nike finally cashing in. Well, they waited, I guess, in 2015. Oh, you can buy them on eBay, whatever.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, Adam. What do you when you're not looking, when you're not trying to refine your art of comedy? What do you do besides work? What do you do in extra time? Like, what are your hobbies? What really kicks you off?
I mean, if we're saying outside of comedy and
Yeah.
outside of work,
Yeah.
not much.
Not much?
Those,
Okay.
yeah. I expend a lot of free time on comedy. So other than that, I would say I would
sleep.
Pizza.
Pizza, yeah.
yeah, looking for food. That's always fun for me.
Scrounging.
Yeah,
foraging.
That definitely had a lot more of a forger tone to it than I intended. Yeah, I'm just out picking berries.
Finding food.
Yeah.
Trying to make crude outfits to keep myself warm and modest.
Boy, it only takes you about 5 months to learn which berries give you the shits.
Yeah.
That's
What
pretty
to
good.
wipe your ass
That's-
with and
yeah.
what to not wipe
You'll
your
learn
ass.
quick. I watch a lot of TV. That's really
Okay. What kind of TV do you like to watch?
good. Like I
prefer good.
When possible. Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Crazy talk.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Shows I like.
What's your favorite show right now? If you could be watching TV instead of being on this podcast right now, what would you want to watch?
Does it have to be airing new episodes right now?
No,
or just
no,
like,
no.
anything.
One
Oh.
episode of anything you've ever liked.
Or binge watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before I left the house, I was about to watch an episode of Broad City, so I guess that.
Oh, don't do
Is
that.
that any good?
No.
I don't-
Oh yeah,
Broad City?
Broad City.
What is Broad City?
Broad City is fantastic.
Is it another Courtney Cox thing? I don't know.
no, it's a Comedy Central show.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I can see. I already know Dylan's sense of humor. I can see how I might like the show, even though I don't have Comedy Central. I can understand, not necessarily that
It's on Amazon Prime and
It is
also
actually on
probably
there.
Netflix.
It just came back on Hulu Plus also.
For me, they have some really funny bits, but they
Sure.
don't tie them together in a way that is interesting.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, a circle, please.
Just shot.
Yeah, I'll do a shot.
And edit.
You can't do that.
Yeah,
So,
I just don't care for it. There's parts of it I just find really annoying, like horribly annoying.
Sure.
But a couple things they do is really fun.
Well, I'm not trying to get down on your sense of humor by any means.
But it's wrong.
Well, you're the guest today.
There's certain things that people like and certain things they don't like. Like I really like Metalocalypse, but I can't. Or Venture Brothers. I like some of those shows, and I thought that we would have similar sense of humor. You didn't like them as much. Like you tried to get into it.
Metalocalypse is terrible.
Well, you think Metalocalypse, and I agree that you have an opinion on it. Whatever. But Broad City.
I agree that you said words just now.
Yes. Yeah, it's a sorry, not sorry.
I understood them.
It's the Canadian apology.
Wow, the back of your hand is so beautiful right now. Yeah.
But yeah, so Broad City, that's your fave right now?
It's definitely one of them. It's probably my favorite comedy.
Okay.
That's like still airing up. Still like not. It's not been canceled or over.
Sure.
I'm really looking forward to the new season of Fargo.
How is that?
Fargo's really good.
Is it?
Yeah,
It is.
I liked it a lot.
I actually have been intending to finish season 1, but I've only been like 4 episodes in, and I don't know.
Well, as mentioned earlier, Martin Freeman's adorable.
Martin Freeman's in Fargo?
Yeah, he's the star.
Oh,
He's
shit.
the
I had
lead
no idea.
character.
Oh, Martin Freeman goes through the most fantastic character transformation.
Huh. Okay. He's a deer now or something?
Yes.
He's a
yeah.
moose.
He
He's a
becomes
moose.
He becomes a moose.
he becomes a moose. Yeah.
Yeah.
A moose?
North
A
Dakota.
moose?
Yeah.
That's how I say it in Minnesota. A moose?
A moose? Is it better than the movie?
That is, that's
I think-
tricky because I don't know if you can really compare them.
Sure.
They compare favorably. I mean, the movie was just a masterpiece, and the show. It was kind of fascinating how it really captured the tone of the movie
Sure.
without in any way ripping it off.
Yeah.
Like it's set in the same kind
Okay.
of world.
Okay.
It's definitely got a lot of the same themes, but it's not even the same. It's not at all the same story.
Right.
Well, it's supposed to be like the same story based on the true story, whatever. But
It happens.
It's a lot more detailed. It's just
Yeah, they did a really good job with that. They really did.
It happens
Okay.
it happens about a decade after the movie took place, because it says it was like set in 2006, and I think Fargo came out in like 1996 or something like that.
Something like that.
Might as well, yeah.
But and
Lord.
there is
my back.
there is one plot element from the movie that they carried directly through to the show, but other than that, it's a completely different story.
Okay, cool.
I like it. It's really good.
Fargo's been one of the movies that I did not like initially, but after subsequent watches, did start to enjoy.
It was one of those movies that it took me so long to see it that I thought I'd heard everything about it before I saw
Right,
it,
right.
and then I watched it and I was still amazed.
Oh, you went to Arby's? A roast beef sandwich?
brought to you by Arby's.
It's technically food.
What do you think of? Because that's not Farrelly Brothers. Who did that?
It's the Coen brothers.
Coen Brothers.
Yeah.
Are you a Coen Brothers? Yeah. Yeah, that'd be.
There's something about Fargo. Yeah.
Oh man, Coen Brothers should just spend the next couple years just remaking Farrelly Brothers movies.
I like this idea.
I say we start with Stuck on
I'm
You.
gonna go to the phone real quick.
That's right.
Damn it! No.
Hold
no
your chicken
reception.
Siamese twins today.
Get out of the bathtub. I got an idea.
Well, wake him up. His brother's asleep, and that thought. Yeah.
It's the webmaster. You know?
Did you like the other Coen Brothers movies? Are you a Coen Brother fan? Would you say?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
I haven't seen all of their movies, but the ones I have, I don't think I haven't seen one that I didn't enjoy more than I thought I would.
Okay. Well, what's your favorite of those? Is Fargo the top, or
I wouldn't say Fargo's the top. I would say No Country for Old Men was them, right?
yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say it's a tie between that and Burn After Reading.
Okay.
I was going to ask about that. I really enjoyed Burn After Reading. Most
Burn
people
After
didn't
Reading,
get
the
it
first
at
time
all.
I saw it, was the funniest. Based on
Yeah.
how much I laughed in the theater, it's the funniest
Yeah,
movie
I
I've ever
agree.
seen.
It's one of the best black comedies I think I've ever seen. It's really, really
Really?
well done.
I think it's one of those movies that I intended to see but never did.
You will laugh at
Now-
a man getting axed in the head.
Yeah.
Like, it's that good.
Yeah.
Granted,
Like laugh out loud.
granted, I
Not
said that
uncomfortable
4
laugh.
times. I said
Yeah.
that 4 times about Lucky Number 11.
Which is also on Netflix right now. Or Amazon Prime right now.
Yeah.
And that's a great movie.
I love that movie.
There was like 4 times in a row. I was like, I've always meant to watch this movie. And like halfway through, I'm like, I've fucking seen this movie.
No, can I say the first 4 times I've seen Lucky Number 11, I was like, oh, I should watch that sometime.
Yeah.
I didn't remember watching it, so every time I watched it, I was like, oh, I
Me
kind of
too.
remember this.
Yeah, surprise.
Yeah.
And so by the 4th time, I was like, God, yeah, okay, fine, I did it. All right, I've done it.
That's
3
so weird, 'cause,
previous
like, the
times.
whole movie hinges on like a big twist at the end, so you would think that you would remember it.
I know. I know. Well, I mean, like, I remember the twist as soon as I started watching it, but at the same time, I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
I do remember this.
It's still a good ride, though.
Yeah, it's still a good ride. It's one of those movies that also couldn't be marketed very well because there's so many there's not much they can give away.
It's a weird movie.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good
Burn After
times.
Reading. I should watch that again.
I liked it. I liked it
Yeah.
a lot.
Brad Pitt was all right. I remember that.
You did okay.
And then there was boobs involved. Whatever.
Boobs, right?
That was one of those times where Brad Pitt plays like it's just a surprising like you expect him to, even though he's done a lot of different roles, you kind of
expect him to be Brad Pitt.
You expect
yeah.
like the
Yeah.
Brad Pitt character to show up, and then he'll do something like Burn After Reading or Snatch, and it's just like he plays this weird person.
Yep.
And it always is one of my favorite things whenever I see that.
So that reminds me, I should watch Snatch.
It's on Netflix again. Right
Have you
now.
not seen it?
Oh, is it on? Okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Because no, I've seen it like 1,000 times,
Okay,
but
good,
there's
good,
been like,
good.
it's like, oh well, it's late winter. Probably should watch Snatch again because like I go for a long time without seeing it, and I'm like, I really want to see that dumb movie, even
Every
though I know
solstice.
everything.
Every solstice. Yeah. On the solstice. On the dot.
But
Yeah.
I like that movie, and I also like its soundtrack. So
Oh, soundtrack is awesome. Yeah.
Yes. Wait, who did Brother Where Art Thou? Was that
That was
Coen
Coen
Brothers.
Brothers. Yeah.
That's actually my favorite.
That's really
movie.
good.
I was just thinking of soundtracks.
Well, they had really good source
Amazing.
material.
Well, yeah.
The
sure.
Odyssey.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, the music in that one was fantastic. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was good.
All right, so TV, you watch a lot of TV. You're focusing on comedy. Are you still working at like Grackle? Okay.
Yep.
Is that still good for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so far? Okay. Well, I can kill someone if you want.
No, you don't need to.
Damn it. No one wants me to kill anybody.
We're
Actually,
short-staffed.
talk to me
Don't kill
later.
anybody.
You up for some travel? Talk to me later.
When you're not doing that, do you still listen to comedians? Do you,
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
who's your favorite right now?
I can't pick a favorite.
Okay.
I have a
Well,
favorite.
you have to. You have 5 seconds.
I have a favorite. I have a favorite special that I've seen in the last
Okay,
couple.
yeah.
It's definitely my favorite special I've seen in the last couple of years. But I can't pick a favorite comedian. But my favorite special that I've seen is the Eddie Pepitone in Ruins. It's on Netflix right now.
don't know him.
It's
Okay.
that is amazing.
Okay. Like
Excellent.
your regular feature, him in front of a crowd, simple jokes, or what kind of humor is Eddie Pepitone? I'm not familiar with him.
Very.
at all. I'm so old.
It's self-deprecating.
With a lot
but
of that.
but very. I'm trying to think what the word is. It's not nihilistic, but he. Oh God, I don't even know how to describe it. But it was such a weird one because I may or may not have smoked a lot of pot before the first time I watched it, and
It was the best ever.
the whole time I was watching the special, I was laughing hysterically and also just having an anxiety attack at what
Okay.
he was saying.
Sure.
It was. Oh man, it's so good.
Okay. All right. Yay, homework.
So kind of like Gabriel Iglesias.
Yeah.
Oh my god. he knows me so well. Right to the core.
Yeah.
I also feel fluffy.
How did this guy know?
Do you study other people's crafts? Like, do you like watch a show like that and say like, this is what I can do and what I want to do, or is it, or do you know
I'm
that
not
you're your own model, your own project?
I'm not that specific about it. I know I'm definitely absorbing things, at least on a subconscious level when I
Sure.
watch it. And I will watch specials like repeat times
Sure.
if I really like it, because I'm really curious about maybe not necessarily their process, because I think that's kind of a gross word when it comes to this. But definitely. I watch him enough that you could definitely call it studying, even though I'm also doing it equally for my own enjoyment.
Sure. Yeah.
If there was, may I ask a question?
Yeah, please.
Nice.
Oh, buckle up.
If there was
Raise your hand.
any one single comedian that, if you could defeat them in Mortal Kombat and eat their heart and consume their power, who would it be?
That's a fun way of asking about your influences, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's a magnification of your previous question, which
Yeah.
is what inspired it.
Yeah.
Well done.
But if there's someone I admire and I want to absorb their power, I want them to stay alive and keep doing their own thing. I don't know.
Now it's up to you to do their own thing.
No.
It's like if all comedians were Highlanders.
I want to do my
So,
own thing, and I
you're
want them to
more-
do their own thing.
Okay, community minded. Check.
Not a cannibal. Dick.
might still eat hearts, but of other animals, not sure.
Sure. Sure.
All right. Anyway, thank
Mostly
you.
moose.
Thank you. Moose hearts. Like this.
Pizza hearts. Well, I mean, yeah,
You have
sure.
no idea how big a moose is. Holy crap.
Adam Savage does. Not Savage, excuse me. Adam Richman. I've seen him eat a whole heart.
Okay.
Have you not seen this?
No.
It's great.
No.
It's great. It's one of the new season of Man vs. Food. So, yeah.
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 I'll read the
Is that
blog.
where he has to eat a whole horse's heart to be accepted by the
Yes.
By his new husband
yeah.
in the Dothraki tribe. Yes.
Yeah. To become Khaleesi.
Yeah, he turns into a blonde head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I like the fact that you don't want to kill your fellow comedians.
That's good. I think it's honorable of me.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Marin wouldn't agree, but
I really just don't know how to follow up that question.
yeah, you don't.
Never seen someone so proud to have just ruined the momentum of a show.
That's
Guys,
Adam.
guys,
That's our
I
Adam.
Guys, I blew it for all of us.
Just turn the cameras off. I'm gonna drop this mic. Hang on.
Zoom in, please. Oh, well, let's take a break. Let's see if we can get another drink for Adam, and we'll come back to this.
All right.
Break.
Hey, fuckhead. I'm Johnny Appleseed. It's only April.
Welcome back to
Easy
the
money.
show.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
Guys, going to the bathroom and kidnapping kids is the exact same to me because both times right before they happen, I just black out.
Nice.
Every time.
Nice.
I just black out. I wake up with a kid. Ah, shit.
No dog.
Actually, this is 113 episodes working for the NSA, and all we wanted to do was hear that on tape. Thank you so much. You are under arrest.
No, I don't know if I don't know if you guys have seen this. My inbox has been filled with spam about fake notifications of child molesters in my area. Like
That's weird.
Amber
spam.
Alert.
That's like
you know,
very
weird shit.
informative spam.
It's the weirdest, but I get like 1,000.
So
of those a day.
is it just a prompt to click on something and that's the spam? Or,
Yeah.
Okay, so it's
That's a double-edged sword.
there's a link attached that you're supposed to click and ruin your computer. It's not just
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
it's not just like a weird thing where like, hey, there's pedophiles in your area, and then you open the email and they're like, not really, just kidding.
Just you now.
Lol, have a good day.
Caught you.
Yeah, caught you. Yeah.
But yeah, it's the weirdest subject I've ever seen. I'm used to seeing the Viagra boners and all that stuff.
Sure. If I have one,
Sophia Vergara, whatever.
Sophia Vergara Pharmacy. So
Yeah,
pharmacy.
But I've seen the spam. I'm getting hundreds of these a week. It's like notification: a noted child molester has moved into your area. I'm like, that's the weirdest spam I've seen.
It's depressing and also informative. So
Hey, the more you
just
know.
click.
I have
Most
to
important
have
thing
a
is just
neighborhood
clicking.
barbecue and
If I had an air gap computer, I'd be all right.
Oh, if you had one air gap
find
computer.
the
know.
kid toucher.
So it sounds like
Yeah.
Adam, on your spare time, you like to watch things that are not depressing. Like you want to have fun. But is there?
There are definitely shows I watch that are a little bit of a downer.
Sure.
Maybe movies more, I guess.
Maybe movies.
Yeah.
Movies.
Downton Abbey. Yeah.
That's less of a downer and just more like
It's a Downton.
look.
It's
It's,
a
a Downton. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
That show is preposterous.
Movies, huh? Oh, actually, I do have. It's a new feature for, especially when we have guys like you who are surviving the comedian world and
That's
and
right.
awesome.
This is a good one.
It's called Explain Your Tweet.
Oh, okay.
I
can do that.
especially for people like you, because like I said before in the last episode, you're for what DrunkCast follows. I think you tweet very, very funny things, but I need to know what the hell you're talking about. In some ways.
Okay. There's a very good chance that I won't be able to explain it, but my explanation will just be, it seemed funny at the time.
All right. Well, let's cheers to that. Maybe
I
we get you.
might be able to come up with an explanation. I'll have to see which one you're talking about.
All right, there's 3 total. Number 1, this is more recent. If your name is Jiminy, your last name doesn't have an ick in it, you need to get the hell away from me, psycho.
That's because I can only think of 2 Jiminy's, Jiminy Cricket and Jiminy Glick.
Glick, yeah.
And if
Okay,
I saw a Jiminy in real world, like Jiminy Watkins, I would be very mad.
So Jiminy, okay, so Jiminy is obviously
Jiminy-
a sociopath's name.
Oh yeah, you can't, like you can't.
I get
show
this
me,
one.
you can't
Totally fine, yeah.
Introduce me to a person and be like, his name's Jiminy. I'm like, you're not introducing me to a real person.
Jiminy Glick? What's Jiminy Glick?
Oh, that's Martin
Short's character. Yeah, the big fat guy who did really like interviews and stuff.
Oh, shit. I totally
Yeah.
forgot about that. Because I was going to ask you specifically about ick. I was like, Jiminy Cricket. I was like, but what else about crit that you don't like? It has to be ick. Then, okay, Glick. Okay, well, shit. That was done. That was done very well.
That was very clear. Well done.
I got it. Yeah.
This one was funny to me because it's actually a series of tweets. What a pile of mediocre cream cheese, pretend vulgar schlock. Nothing happened. Everyone still sucks, and the trust issues still exist.
That was I was. This was over Christmas.
Yeah.
I was at my parents' house in the living room, and my mom put on Meet the Fockers.
Yeah. Was it the first one?
Doesn't
That's
matter.
the third one. That's the
It
third
was-
one.
oh, Meet the Fockers
Yeah, Meet the
was-
Fockers. Oh no,
okay.
no. Sorry,
Get this right.
That's the second one. We were watching Little Fockers.
That's
That's the
the
third
third
one.
That makes more sense.
That was
Again,
really bad.
Doesn't matter.
So he live tweeted the movie while I was watching it with his mom over Christmas or whatever. And
What else are you gonna do? Like,
it's either that or actually watch Little Fockers.
he was not very happy about it whatsoever.
Can you blame the boy? I mean, come on.
you were utterly justified in what you did.
Yeah.
One of my other favorite ones is, why is there a climbing wall in a preschool?
Yeah. He sets a kid loose and go, here you go. And there's a rock wall he's going to go up. I'm
Yeah.
like, no. Children
Yeah.
should not be on rock walls.
They are going to get to the top and fall right off.
Well, back to the 70s.
I know this because I'm an adult and I should not be on a rock wall. I don't have the upper body strength.
That was a long series of tweets. They were all really funny. What?
Yeah, I didn't realize how long it was until I wrote that one that you
Yeah.
just read
That
because
was,
I
that
got
was,
this
the, that was
last
the,
one.
the bookend, yeah.
And I was like, I probably wrote like five, maybe 8. Nope, I wrote like 20 some, I think.
Like 20
I realized like,
tweets
oh,
about it,
wow.
Yeah.
Because I was also like doing the holiday at my parents' house all day, not doing anything. So I'm just going to drink all day drinking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where I just like drink so many beers. I'm like,
Because
I've lost count.
You are begrudgingly an adult now, and they have to put up with it.
Yeah. It was fun to see basically a descent into
It's like a
madness.
tweet every 2 minutes or something during that movie.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
He's prolific.
Yeah. Well, it's a really shitty movie.
Very upset with De Niro the
Yeah.
whole time. Yeah, that was really fun. The last one might be a little more, I guess, I'm not sure how this is going to come across, but like many a freedom fighter before me, I'd be honored to go to jail for thinking The Goonies is unwatchable trash.
All right, now we have a problem.
Uh-oh.
I'm curious. I'm only curious because what is wrong with you? No.
My ex-wife would be coring out your chest cavity right now. Huge Goonies fan.
No gotcha questions or whatever, but like, what is your legitimate issue with the Goonies in general? Unless you were just trying to make, is it clickbait? Or you just trying to be mean?
Yeah.
Or no. Why not the Goonies?
I mean,
I don't know if it holds up or not because I have nostalgia all the way.
I
It's
only
all
saw it
nostalgia.
once when I was in school. Like I was a little kid, and I just didn't care for it.
Sure.
And that by itself is not why I hate it. It's that it's been
Sure.
just.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies from the '80s that has just been. It's just been like trumpeted by everybody in my
Sure.
generation.
Sure.
It's like, oh, the Goonies is so fucking great. I'm like, there are great movies being made now that you're not talking about.
Okay.
I can see
But you're
that.
talking,
Yeah,
but you're
yeah.
bringing up the Goonies.
It's a good beef.
You want to see it in a cave? Why? Why see it in a cave? I mean, it's not because you love the fratellities, right? You know, like, oh yeah, get those kids. What are they doing?
One of these days.
Yeah, one of these days, these fucking kids.
I'm a champion of authority.
right.
You know what I love? Cops.
Right.
Those kids broke into the house.
Yeah.
They stole property.
That's a
They
B&E.
had to file the corpse for fuck's sake.
B&E grand theft. What?
Yeah.
When the EPA guy came in Ghostbusters, I was like, fuck yeah.
Turn that switch off, man.
Oh, where's his teammate from OSHA?
My movie heroes include Dean Warmer.
Yeah.
Nurse Ratchet.
Oh, yeah.
And Mr. Potter.
I like it.
It was good.
Next on
Well,
Fox.
while I am one of the idiots who actually still loves the Goonies a lot,
Oh, so do I.
you were correct at the time. Like anybody right now talking about guys, like at the office, guys, you know what I watched last night? It was just on like magic, and it was the Goonies. And I just had the best time with it. It's like
did it have the squid scene? Because you know there was a squid scene
That's
in
right.
the movie that they took out. And
no,
then-
I'm sorry, it wasn't.
push up your
TNT's
glasses.
not going to play the director's cut. All
right,
right.
right.
And
But-
it's not even, my issue isn't even that it's a kids movie that people are talking about, because there are kids movies being made now that are 1,000 times better than the Goonies.
Huh.
Like
like what?
most, any
Most of them.
I would say
Like the Hunger Games.
any Pixar movie that doesn't start with the word cars.
Oh, sure. Or a transportation vehicle of some sort.
Well,
The first Cars is
because
alright.
Planes isn't Pixar. That was Disney, I think.
Yeah, it's their ripoff.
Oh,
yeah.
Disney
really?
Mexico.
Well, I thought it was
Yeah.
Disney Disney St. Louis. So wait,
Disney
I thought it was still like I thought it was a sister, I guess, of the Cars franchise.
I think once Disney bought Pixar, they were like, "Fuck it, we can do this."
Keep doing it, yeah, sure. So you're a Pixar fan then?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Toy Story, man.
Well, yeah, sure.
Toy Story.
What's your favorite Toy Story, and why is it number 3?
I haven't seen number 3. I still haven't seen number 3 yet.
It'll make you cry.
Spoilers.
It might be 3 just because I've seen it the most recently.
Sure.
And I've been it's the only one I've been able to like watch and absorb as an adult.
Okay, yeah, sure.
And I still enjoyed it. I mean, definitely I saw Toy Story and Toy Story 2 when I was a kid, and they were both great. But the fact that I saw Toy Story 3 at age 25 and still loved it, I think that makes it pretty good.
Sure.
That I just need to watch Toy Story and Toy Story 2 as a man.
Yeah, to see well
of a post college degree age.
sure.
Post-college, fully grown man. Yes.
So actually, real question though, out of all the Pixar movies, what would be your favorite? This means a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, this defines who you are in this
I
podcast.
have that answer on lockdown.
Shit.
We'll come back to that then.
Hold on. No, I feel like I'm missing one, but I'm definitely gonna go ahead and say The Incredibles.
Okay, sure.
I feel like I'm forgetting one,
Some
but I don't know if
really
But because I'm forgetting which one it is, I don't know if I'd rank it higher or not.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with The Incredibles.
Okay.
The Incredibles was super good. Yeah.
Solid choice. Sequel coming out. Thoughts?
Is there?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make it.
Yeah. Why not? Right.
I don't have it. I don't even they haven't made it yet. And
Bound to have a free night. I'll be in the theater watching it. Whatever.
Sure.
I haven't seen any of it, so I can't judge it on its quality. But
The second one, but it's great.
But I like the idea.
Yeah, sure.
That's all I can. That's all I can
plenty
make
of
a judgment
ammo
on. So
behind
I like it.
Yeah, plenty of ammo. Is what you said?
Plenty of ammo behind it to make a sequel.
Oh,
The
sure.
first Incredibles.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's like, yeah, it makes sense. It makes natural, logical sense.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Everyone's in agreement. This is easy.
I know.
It's the easiest show
Actually,
ever.
my,
Almost
my
too
favorite
easy.
is still up.
It's too raff right now.
My favorite is still up because it utterly ruined me and Jesse's like anniversary date like the first time. As we were expecting to have a good time. We went out for sushi. It was
Sure.
fun. It
This'll
was
be
cool
fun.
stuff.
We'll go see
It
a
was like,
movie. Yeah,
we're gonna
yeah.
go see a fun movie and laugh and then go fuck till tomorrow.
Sure.
Or whatever. Nope.
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
They completely fucking just sorry.
Oh, was it the conversation afterwards? Like, because one of the major themes there is like, oh, we got so old that we didn't do anything we wanted to do before, like, one of us died. Like, did that conversation come where we're like, why aren't we going to places? Why aren't we doing more? Why aren't we going to Venezuela?
No,
and,
it
and
was
helping starving
it was
narwhals
there
or
was
whatever. You know,
there
like-
were enough like pain points from like minute 15 of that movie till the end of it.
Sure.
For each of us back and forth that we're just kind of like, let's just go home and go to sleep and snuggle. And, like, it just fucking ruined the night.
Yeah.
And that's why I love it. Because it was a great movie.
because of a great movie.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's the mood killer.
Yeah. And yes, if you have a
That's Adam's jam.
if you have a mood, my prices are very reasonable.
But in fairness, that's not you wouldn't be able. I mean, I'm glad that you say that's why it's a good movie, because you couldn't say, "Oh, that I hated that movie because of it." You can't be like,
No,
yeah,
it was lovely. It
I
was
know,
lovely.
But
It was fucking
you wouldn't
great.
be able to go, "Yeah, we came home for the kids movie and we didn't want to fuck. What a shitty movie."
Right.
Okay. No, that's fair.
There definitely is a connotation to the process, but it was a little bit more innocent than that.
Only way it gets hard.
I can't wait to watch this kids movie because after that you're gonna be sore.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have such a boner.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if I can drive home, honey. 'Cause my jeans.
I mean, it's probably Viagra for someone, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some
Probably people
terrible
that keep
human.
telling me about my emails every
You
week.
better believe little girls with cartoonishly big eyes get my lady wet.
Give it up.
Yo, my bitch loves Monsters University. Wet, 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 wet.
Damn, you know what my bitch loves? She loves tentacles.
Is she Japanese?
No.
Not anymore.
No, but she wants to be.
Sure. That's all that matters.
Pixar's hentai.
Pixar is hentai.
Then you cut me off a slice of that Sailor Poon.
And there it was.
Yeah.
Let's go take another break.
Hold on, sorry, I'm getting a call.
Oh,
Hey, based on that Sailor Poon joke, I just got asked to be on Conan. So.
Well done.
Yeah, you got a show on ABC coming up soon. Yeah.
It's the DrunkCast bump.
Yeah. Boop. Let's take a break. We'll come back after these.
Break.
Oh, testicles?
Testicles.
The greatest. Yeah.
Welcome back to the show, segment 4.
Fantastic Four.
Vehicular homicide.
Yeah, that's the name of the episode.
It's always funny.
It's always funny. Ho ho homicide.
It's like
Yeah.
the TBS of crimes. Yeah.
Oh man. Start the segment.
Oh, you should have told me.
No, it's fine. That was me just having a dramatic moment. Oh man. Oh, my things.
All right, so Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four. So every week we have a mailer. We talk about the things that happen over the week.
Yeah.
Things
Actually,
in general.
the mailer failed you specifically this week
What do you mean?
because every single one of your emails was a separate singular email for me.
Well, yeah.
As opposed to being in one nice, concise little thread. I got
I
14
said that,
emails
I
from
said that
you.
this morning.
Yeah. That did happen. But
I always consolidate and send out on.
I know.
Yeah.
You fixed it.
usually I'll have a response.
You fucked it up.
But I just kept sharing from things that I was saying. There's some cool stuff that happened over the week, but also some different things that happened over the week. So Adam Hrabik specifically.
I would have figured it out.
Well, I mean, we could have. Yeah.
I almost didn't. Sorry. Sorry, guys. I'm an amateur.
Anything in the news this week that you were on the radar, like anything, entertainment or politics or geopolitics or
Space.
space
been-
politics?
I haven't been paying that much attention to the
The
news.
moon specifically.
I really this is kind of sad, but I can only think of like one news story that happened this week, and it was the Charlie Hebdo
Yeah.
thing. That's the,
Charlie Hebdo.
that's like the only news story I can think of that happened last
Sure,
week.
It's a
sure.
big-
I am very bad at keeping up with the news.
No, it's fine though. It's fine.
Sorry, tinfoil.
So, what is your then opinion of the Charlie Hebdo?
Hebdo. Hebdo.
Excuse me,
Hebdo.
I'm sure my opinion is just garbage.
Garbage opinion is always welcome, like TBS. Very funny.
Very funny.
I mean,
We buy your garbage.
I mean, I definitely think it's I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to say here. The people who got murdered definitely should not have been murdered. That's a dumb thing to murder people over.
Sure.
I don't know necessarily.
No, like, boil it down to the common elements. Okay, so number one, freedom of speech. Freedom of speech in France, whatever. But it's
No, it's that Fred. We stole.
yeah. We stole our constitution.
We were like the Carlos Mencia of countries. We stole our entire doctrine of law from the French.
sure. So it's a matter of being able to say, to be able to satire. And then the other side is like, really, it's your choice. You want to talk about the freedom of speech, or do you want to talk about how religion is
I
corrupting?
don't think it's not a freedom of speech issue because there was not a government that was saying, "Hey, we're gonna kill you if you do this."
Oh,
it
no,
was
no,
just
sure,
it was
sure.
just
Yeah.
extremists working on the. So
Well, it's
so
the thought that freedom of speech is a right.
Right, but I
yeah.
mean, any freedom of speech laws are not even coming into play here. This
No,
is
yeah,
just
no.
like that's. I mean,
yeah.
that's like taking any serial killer who like targeted like women with black hair and saying, "Hey, we should have a right to be a woman with black hair." Well, okay, you do, but that doesn't mean that a serial killer isn't going to show up for no fucking reason and do a psychopathic thing.
That's a dark way to take it, but
Yeah,
sure.
it is a very dark way to take it. Yeah, as I said, any opinion I'm going to have is just garbage.
not garbage. no.
Not really. It's
He sounds like he's talking out of his ass right now. Well, yeah, kind of am.
Banaka. No, the concept of freedom of speech is specifically it's a human right, no matter where it is, no matter what
Right,
government it is. So it's the concept of saying like, well, we can Okay, well then I guess it's going to be Adam McWaters.
I'm Adam
For the win,
Waters.
yeah.
It sounds like it's a conversation of religion.
I think yeah.
Why did I say that?
No, I didn't say you said that. I was bringing focus into you to say, well, now we're looking at a place where what is the purpose of religion, which is always fun to talk about.
No, let's not do that right now.
Yeah,
Hey, alcohol.
Yeah,
not drunk enough for that yet.
Yeah, we are not drinking for that yet.
the fourth segment.
T-shirts coming soon.
I mean, I guess the obvious, if you think that, and this applies to, I guess, slightly less the slightly less serious topic of like women's rights. Which I mean, I'm only saying that's less serious because
in comparison,
women are not getting murdered right now. If we're talking about murder, then
Or are they?
a woman's right to choose is
News at 10.
slightly less. I don't know what the word is.
Potent.
Again,
Expeditious.
but it comes down to if you think that your what you believe with your religion overrides another person's right to do whatever they want.
Sure.
As long as it doesn't hurt other people, then you're wrong.
Yeah,
that's what it comes down to.
that's really that's the thread that I was tugging on. Really, yeah.
If your religion says that women shouldn't be allowed to have abortions, and you think that means that you get to tell every woman around you that you shouldn't have that you don't get to have abortions anymore,
Congress.
then you're wrong.
Right,
If you think that
right.
if you think that your religion says that, oh hey, this prophet in our religion shouldn't get drawn ever, and if it does get drawn, I get to murder that person, then you're also wrong.
Yeah, it sounds pretty wrong. Yeah.
We just got refills. Yeah, I think we're all good.
All right.
Oh, well, thank you,
Just
ma'am.
trade that up for you.
Yeah. Oh, I'll
Actually,
just-
can you? Okay.
yeah.
Do you want some?
Nah, fine. Thank you.
By the way, I feel really brave saying that people who murdered people are wrong. It's
should.
a bold stance.
It is. Wow.
All right, guys.
It's new. It's the first
murdering
time.
is wrong. Murdering is a bad thing to do. Don't do it.
But it's so much fun.
It can be.
Yeah,
Man.
I mean, it can be. I
Depending
guess.
upon the tool implemented and the.
Well, man is the most dangerous game to hunt. Come on, haven't you guys done this?
Yeah.
Aren't you rich white Americans like I am?
I'm not gonna admit to that.
Haven't you hunted humans? I thought we'd done this already.
Anything that could possibly be said was said best by like today, as far as I know, by the
By Adam Hrabik on this podcast.
followed, of course, exactly by Adam Hrabik on this podcast.
That's the grossest thing I've said like in weeks.
And also accurate.
If it looks good on you, you know.
That's the booze talk.
Embrace the grossness of reality and hold it close to you. Snuggle up to it.
So we talk about Adam Richmond. We've talked about Adam Hrabik. We've talked about Adam McWaters.
Yeah.
But
So many Adams. Yeah.
we talk about
Too many Adams, some might say.
guys watching Adam Sandler movies.
Oh my God.
yeah.
So recently, I don't know if you've heard this.
Yeah. Where's
Adam Hrabik.
where's our Emmy for this
know.
quality entertainment we're providing you? Pulitzer, please.
It's a device. So I've been on record on Facebook that no one pays attention to. That
Facebook has records?
It's very obnoxious to me that the Vice is basically now all pornography. There was
Except their TV show on HBO is fantastic.
what's the show on
It's
HBO?
just called Vice, but they actually do like an in-depth investigative journalism, and it's fucking
The
ridiculously
Vice
good.
HBO show is great.
Is it
they
really?
go all over the world. They look at
Is it better than Serial?
It makes me sad because they're so good at it.
yeah.
And they report stuff like, yeah, the world's not all rosy and pretty. There's shit that's bad, and you need to see it because you need to know what's going on.
I just don't know what they're doing. Like, if I feel like when I go to Vice, it's either going to be safe for work or most likely not. There was an article about a guy, or actually it was investigative journalism, I guess, person who was eating the Haribo gummy, the
Oh, yeah.
the fat
Yeah.
or the sugar-free gummy worms, eating
The
so many
giant
of them.
gummy bear?
Yeah, no. The fat, the sugar-free ones, which are not safe for human consumption because it just makes you shit.
It's made out of badgers.
but
Oh, it's disgusting. But
Point
like,
being-
one
point
group, two guys, I guess.
Yeah,
decided
two guys. They just-
every Monday.
no, it was every
day?
No, it was every day, every week.
I think it was every week.
Every week.
Every
Is it
week
every
they were
week?
going to watch Grown Ups 1.
No, Grumps 2.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So they don't even have the backstory of the
Whoa.
first Grown Ups.
yeah. They're missing so much context.
So much context
Yeah.
there.
So these two guys, they're from New Zealand, so it explains a lot, really. But take that, Kiwis. They don't download our podcast, so
Yeah, catch up.
Catch up to Cambridge.
Fucking penal colonies. Anyway, two guys from New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, all they do is
moment, but
every week
clean.
they watch Grown Ups 2,
Yeah.
and then they do a podcast about what they learned that day or how it affected them or something.
After watching the same movie that they've seen already. That's why, like,
yeah.
when you're talking about
like what new thing they saw, and
essentially
then,
live Tumblring
Yeah,
what new thing they're seeing right now.
every episode of.
but it's the same movie every day or every week. Yeah.
That has to be either extremely. It has to be either getting more and more and more boring, or more and more and more insane.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
more.
which are two completely different
We're gonna
ends
take-
of the I want to listen to this spectrum.
from the evidence, it's gone to the latter.
Oh, that's great.
yeah.
Then that's great.
Yeah.
I approve of this.
Another Hrabik copyright. Yeah.
Hey, they got covered by Vice, so I guess they did something. They're clickbait now. So.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, that's why I was like, so
So
there's
starting
money
next
there.
week, we do what? We watch.
The Vice website has not been good for a long time.
Yeah, that's what you were
but-
saying.
yeah.
Yeah,
but that's
yeah.
because all the real energy put like that they put into like real journalism. They have more money now. They can do that HBO show.
Yeah.
They can do other stuff. So that's where all that's going. The website I feel like has just been like. I know a few comics
They hired a
who
guy.
who have done writing on there, and like it's very cool that they get a chance to do some of their own stuff. Like
Yeah, sure.
there's a comic in LA, Josh Androsky. He's written a bunch of stuff there. I know he also actually interviewed a at the time Austin comic named Jake Flores. And
Flores.
Jake was one of the people at the Capitol during Wendy Davis's filibuster.
Oh,
okay.
And so Josh was able to interview Jake about that whole thing.
Sure.
And that turned into a really good piece. So it's really cool that a lot of comics are also getting a chance to do writing on that
good.
website.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
But at the same time, there's a lot of people who shouldn't be doing any writing at all, getting a chance to be like, hey, here's what happened one time when I brought weed to a wedding.
Right.
which is a real piece I read on there, and it was boring as
Really?
shit.
Was it Owen Wilson?
No, it was
wow.
I brought weed to a wedding, and I went to the bathroom and I smoked it, and then I had to cover up the smell of the
Yeah.
weed smoke.
That's wedding hashers.
really
That was
Wedding hashers.
100% the whole thing.
Really?
Yes.
Dude, Febreze, man.
Given the voice of the voiceless, right? Like, well, that was like I was reading this thing about this guy who just
That was good.
drinking the sorrow that is eating sugar-free gummy bears,
Or
And,
watching
like,
Adam Sandler movies.
or watching Adam Sandler. But there's money there apparently. Like people want to do whatever they can.
No, actually, it circles back to what you were talking about before, which is what his blog is. The whole phenomenon of the after event reporting on it and making a show or a series or Tumblr or whatever.
Yep.
It's a weird trend. Like, you don't even have to produce content. You can just talk about producing
yeah,
content.
you could do someone else's content.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Black Mirror, actually. Second episode of Black Mirror.
Oh, really? I still have not seen this. I've heard all about it. I've heard it's
God.
great.
Good. Whatever.
That's the treadmill one, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because it brings up things. No spoilers.
As of yesterday, there is now one episode of Black Mirror that I haven't seen. I saw most of them like a long time ago.
Yeah.
I just watched the third episode of the first season with the grain.
I actually stopped watching. So after the second one, I guess the director. Do you know a BBC show called Peep Show?
Yeah.
Okay. Apparently, the third one in the first season was directed by that guy. And
Wait, which one?
it's after. So the first one's about
No. Which guy from Peep Show?
Well, the director. I don't know. Like
okay.
it's the same feeling. It was like too awkward. It's the German word for feeling bad for other people. I don't know, but so I stopped. I stopped watching that until I started seeing something that was interesting to me. So I flipped through and watched the very last episode of that entire series, the Waldo episode, I guess.
The Waldo episode is the least interesting one I've seen so
Sure,
far.
yeah, sure. But it was still relevant to things. I mean, this is stuff that you don't know about, Dylan. That's
Not
fine.
yet,
That's
no.
fine. Not yet.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to.
But I like that. That's it's very relevant. We're at a place where it's very easy to like one of the guys that I've known for a long time through the Destructoid period, of my blue period in my life, salad days. His name is Demi, and Demi lives in California now. He he went to school in Austin. He moved to California. He's working for Comedy Central as a digital producer. That's what they're called.
Nice.
And he has a show called The Gilmore Guys, where he has a podcast where he just
Watches
watches an episode
Girls,
of Gilmore
Gilmore
Girls
Girls.
and then does a podcast about it.
Wow.
But it's like
Ouch.
it's literally just like all you're doing is watching something and then
We're in the wrong business apparently.
Sure.
What original
My-
funny stuff? Why bother?
Yeah.
Why aren't we doing Two Tree Hill now?
There are two Austin comics, and I know this because one of them is my roommate, who just started a podcast where they watch an episode of SVU and then talk about it, which I think is really interesting because
SVU, there's not even content there. Like you have to be an NCIS
Yeah.
person, really.
Right,
SVU
Jethro Gibbs.
is fucking insane.
Yeah.
It is an incredibly insane nonsense show.
A romp.
And 17 seasons and counting.
It's
Too many seasons. Too many seasons.
It is the perfect show for people who read like the headlines of news, and that is it.
They tell you at the
Okay,
beginning
okay.
of every episode, ripped from the headlines.
Right.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if you open a newspaper and just read the headlines, and then a few weeks later watch an episode of SVU, that you will easily think, oh, that's what happened in that
Yeah.
actual news story.
No, actually,
Sure.
that's a really
But-
good
Yeah,
and twisted
yeah.
and sick and sad
But-
point.
But the SVU angle always takes a just horrible. Like they did one a few years ago, like when Daniel Tosh got in trouble for making that rape joke.
Yeah.
They did an episode about what they called rape he's one of those rape comedians.
Yeah.
And he would tell rape jokes on stage, but then later go out and actually rape people.
Oh, that's not slanted at all, is it?
Tonight on NBC.
There's a rape comedian, Daniel Tosh, says offensive joke.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, there's the next episode.
Man,
there
those
was a-
guys really miss
and-
Friends, don't they? Poor NBC.
Poor NBC. Whatever they can do. Yeah.
The glory days.
There actually is a comedian who was going out on the road and would actually rape people while he was out on the road. Not Bill Cosby, a different one.
That we know of.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying Bill Cosby did not
No,
rape
sure,
those women that he actually raped. But but there was another comic who actually did that, and and I've had people say, "Oh no, that SVU episode was talking about that comic."
Wow.
I'm like, okay, I guess that makes sense. Except the SVU episode came out like immediately after the Daniel Tosh thing. So maybe they were talking about that comic, but they were definitely capitalizing.
Sure.
On that comic's
Oh, yeah,
momentum.
yeah.
They were definitely capitalizing on the Daniel Tosh news story.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, they film all those things way in advance. The season's pretty much wrapped up.
Sure.
They had it in the chamber waiting.
Oh, it's time. Let's make that sweet money.
Yeah.
That Johnson & Johnson money.
Oh my God! They made that season and they paid Daniel Tosh later to make that joke before they aired that.
Get the tinfoil hats and let's have a party.
Right under here, buddy. Right under here, brother.
Oh yeah.
They don't film them that far in advance. Like when you've been using the same police station
More than a week,
sets
though.
and the same
Sure. Yeah, sure.
apartment sets, when you knock on a victim's door, it's always the same fucking apartment.
Yeah, sure.
Like it doesn't take that long to
The door
film
opens
an
up and it's a
hour-long
guy. Open up to the warehouse entrance where he's like shoving fish into a box.
Opens
and
up the door to
Yeah.
Consuela. It's
Superman not here. Oh no!
No.
We come to the end of the show. I want to thank you so much about focusing so much on rape.
It always is that a rape. What's wrong with us?
Well, we're four dudes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We
rape
care-
culture.
We care
Yeah.
about Rick. Well, Adam, I want to thank you so much for being on the show. It's time for you if you want to talk about where you're going to be in the next couple weeks. If you want to talk about the open mics, anything else, any of the projects that are going on. If you're going to keep doing the man versus food
I'm
thing.
gonna keep doing that. I just did
Yeah.
one on Thursday. I'm probably gonna wake up early and write another one tomorrow.
Can I recommend Patreon? Because that sounds like a perfect place for you.
Where's that?
Patreon. I'll tell you about Patreon after this. But-
Okay.
So you're gonna keep going on this project. I think it would be really,
Yeah.
really great for you to capitalize on it because apparently
Okay.
that's the way to make money.
Yeah.
So where else are you going to be in the next, like maybe let's say 2 weeks?
Oh, this is where I get to say I haven't been booked anywhere in the last 2 weeks.
Okay,
For
okay.
the next 2 weeks.
Well, still open mics though. You're still
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
in and like pushing people over. and
Yes,
taking
I
advice.
do open mics. Don't come to those.
Okay. Great.
Here's the thing.
They're not for you.
Here's the thing. Open mics could not. Open mics would be They would not be a thing you could possibly do if they did not have an audience. Having said that,
Sure.
I don't understand the people who come to open mics. I don't understand what would bring you to do that.
Well,
That's a really good
Boredom?
thing.
Sheer
I am
boredom?
I am eternally grateful for the people who show up to open mics to be in the audience,
yeah.
but I don't understand what brings you to that point in your life.
for sure.
All right.
I have fallen so low. Wait, that's stage 4 or 5.
You
I'm not sure
are,
which
to
one.
me, the dregs.
That's actually
It's either
yeah.
it's either open mic night or I kill myself.
That's
one
part
or the other.
That's part of the denial phase. You have to
or bargaining. I think really. It's-
assume that there's always going to be a Conan, like a person in the audience, like, oh, this guy knows how to open a magazine. You know. That's that's large concept. I'll explain that in a second.
You're in the waiting room, and he's
going on a
in
shirt.
the waiting room.
That's the Apatow way of making money. I'm just saying.
yeah.
So no open mics. Fuck that. Where can we find you on Tumblr? Where can we find you on Twitter?
I actually have a Tumblr page, but I really haven't touched it in a long time.
good.
Like I've honestly.
How about the man versus
had
food
a,
Tumblr?
I had a
It's a blog.
I had a
I thought it was the
Tumblr
Twitter.
when I was in college, and I was on there all the time.
Sure.
And I still have like the password to it, and like a few months, like when Game of Thrones was on, I got on there.
Hodor intensifies.
Yeah. I just made this little picture. It was like Hodor. It was like Hodor saying Hodor internally, like
Yeah.
in brackets, like
Yeah.
he was thinking
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
And that's dumb. But I'll just put it on there because I haven't put anything on it.
How many notes? How many reblogs?
It is within 10. I just checked it this morning because I keep getting notifications about it. So I just checked it this morning for some reason.
Yeah.
It is within 10 of 17,000. That's not a, it's like 16,992 when I checked it this morning.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
I could not believe what
Wow.
and
That's a great batting average, really. Like, yeah.
That's really good.
Hodor.
it's man versus man. It's man
versus man versus food.
man versus food.tumblr.com.
Okay, great.
Is where that is.
Great.
Twitter at Hrabik, AHRABIK.
Sure.
We'll spell it somewhere.
That's
Yeah,
that'll
that'll be.
yeah.
We'll spell it with a hyperlink.
Yeah.
Okay, if I make this motion, will you guys edit in some like sparkles and then like my Twitter handle? If I just go this.
Beautiful.
I'll see what I can do. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! It happened in real life, guys.
Whoa!
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I
I'll do a
can't
shot.
believe it even.
Don't
Really.
do the drink. Another shot. Thank you.
yeah.
Sparkles.
Yeah. Sparkles. Yeah, I mean, After Effects can do all sorts of things.
We're gonna make this happen.
Yeah.
Can,
You're a
if-
wizard.
If I open my
Adam.
palm, I want just like a rain of swastikas to come out.
Rainbow swastikas.
Just swastikas pouring out
How
of
about
my
the
head.
opposite?
Who's white?
That's a tall order.
It's a tall order.
Actually, it's not that hard to do.
Well, just because it's not hard to do doesn't mean we probably should do it. Yeah.
We're not talking about should.
I mean, I am. So, Adam, thanks so much for hanging on the show.
Thanks for having me on. It's
yeah,
fun.
of course, man. It's always fun to see you. Adam
Hi.
McWaters, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us.
I'm super happy to have done that.
I'm happy that you did that. And Dylan, thank you so much for helping me run the show.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I like the new lights. I like the positioning. I hope people who are watching this video actually enjoy the new
Enjoy
position.
the quality.
you guys.
Yeah.
You guys. Okay, I thought
Sort
you.
of.
Dylan.
I like these guys more.
If you like the show, you want to know more about it, you can go to facebook.com/DrunkCastLive. You can go to DrunkCastLive at DrunkCastLive on Twitter, DrunkCastLive.com. You can also find us on the iTunes store. You can find us on the Zune store. I don't know how to hyperlink that. That's the one thing I can't do.
We have two.
There's two.
We have two Zune Store people.
Oh yeah, there's. I mean, you
Tell you
guys.
later.
You guys are heroes. I'm still doing it. Take me, guys.
Tammy got
got
us.
us.
Yeah.
And then
Damn it.
DrunkCast Live. You can go to youtube.com/DrunkCastLive for
That's right.
video updates, and maybe we'll have some more stuff that's coming out if you like it. We'll point at this camera too, and we love you so much. And I'm Travis, and we'll see you hopefully next week.
Hey.
Goodbye.
DrunkCast Live is a podcast that's recorded live around bars and drinks, but we do drink and podcast responsibly, and we hope you do too. Please come check out more about the show at DrunkCastLive.com, and go to Facebook.com/DrunkCastLive or Twitter.com/DrunkCastLive.
Just like that kidney stone.
Just like that kid he stole. What?
Kidney stone.
Oh,
Never passed.
Never
for
even
him.
passed.
Yeah. Now, it's that kid I sold. Thank you.
Okay.
Stole it, sold it.